Morning, everyone. Fixing to get the pot lit up. I'm be showing you all my process of how I mash in my toasted corn bourbon. I'm mashing it in this Thursday morning for a little bourbon competition we got coming up this fall. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up, and then we're gonna get to it. Okay, so what I got over here, I got my boiling pot right here. Got 12 gallons of water. We're gonna go ahead and get the pot lit up, and we're gonna start getting that water boiling temperature. Alright, we're going to go ahead and kick this burner in the rear end, get it going, and then I'll come back once the water's up to boiling. There you go, we got it boiling. Go ahead and slow down that fire. Alright, now that we can hear ourselves, water's boiling. Fixing to start adding in our corn. We're going to use our secret weapon to go ahead and help mix the corn. right, I'm gonna go get a thermometer. I'll be right back. All right, we had 194 degrees. I'm gonna let that drill mix everything for a few more minutes. Make sure everything's mixed in, incorporated good. We're gonna kill the fire. We're gonna put the lid on. We're gonna wrap with a sleeping bag. And that sleeping bag is gonna retain that heat. We don't have to run the fire the entire time. This is the only time I run the fire when grains are in the pot. That's it. That corn good and mixed in. All right, it's 194 degrees. Got the fire killed. Got the lid on. We got our sleeping bag wrapped up. We're gonna leave it anywhere from 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on what I'm getting into. I'm gonna go and grind the rest of my grain and piddle around the house, and I'll come back when it's time to go ahead and put some more grain. Alright guys, so it's been 2 hours with the corn gelatinizing. Let's see what we got. I'll get you a little bit closer to the pot. Just use a cam work and a one-man band. Alright. Ooh, got some heat in the Alright, so when we killed the fire and we wrapped it up in the sleeping bag, it was at 194 degrees. If y'all can see this, darn it. $189 degrees, 190 degrees. Okay, so we lost 4 degrees time in 2 hours, which is very minimal. Still 190 degrees, gelatinized our corn. Now I want y'all to see that corn is big. Alright, I had to kill that last little video. The mailman showed up. I got me a box from Redhead Barrels. Got my oak barrel in. I got a couple of handshakes from some different shiners that also came in. Plus, I got my crushed oyster shells from my mash. Alright, back to it. The battery on my portable drill died. So, we're going to have to make do with the drill, electric drill. Alright, I wanted to get this stirred up just so y'all can see how thick that is. Right? I mean, you see that? It's like porridge. But we got our enzymes right here. High temp alpha plus my glucobuster. And watch how quickly this thing's out. It's beautiful. I love this part. Alright, I'm gonna pour that in. And we're gonna shake it up. See how liquefied that is? Just that fast. Making a little mess, spreading a little corn, spreading the corn love. Alright. Now let's take us a temperature reading and see where we at. Alright. We are now, because I had the lid off for a little while, so we're going to lose some heat. We're at 173 degrees. Still too hot to put our malted grain and the rest of our enzymes. We're gonna solve that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What I have in here is some cool water. We're gonna put enough cool water in here to drop the temp about 10 degrees or so. Let's stir that up. We don't want the temp to drop too far. Let's stir that up and see where it gets us. All right. Now imagine we're probably going to have to add more water than that, but we're going to check. Okay, so we're sitting about 165 degrees, which is fine. And a little bit more cool water. We'll just go for it. Our target temp is anywhere from 160 to 150. All right. Let's see what that brings us to. All right, we are at 157 degrees. That's right where we want to be. That's beautiful. So, I have, let me put this where y'all can see. There we go. I have the rest of my grains right here. My oats, my malted barley, and my malted rye. I'm gonna add a little bit, and then we're gonna stir. You wanna get all them clumps out. A little bit more, and we're going to stir. You don't want to put it too much at once. You can have dough balls, and then you will not get anything out of this grain if they clump together. All right. We're going to keep on doing that. We get all our grains incorporated. last little bit. Full send. Alright, we have all our grains in the pot. Only thing left to do now is add our glucose. Let's see, half a teaspoon per 5 gallons. Well, we're going to put a little lanyard, a little extra. Because why not? We're going to put a full teaspoon per 5 gallons. From here, check to see what our temp is now. I'm sure it did drop a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, 153.7. Let's call it 154. This is right where we want to be. Alright, we're going to put the lid back on. We're going to let them enzymes go to work. About an hour. Let it do its things and convert all them starches, all them good sugars for the yeast. So I'll be back. It's time to check the conversion. Alright guys, we back. I had to go take care of a couple of things, so it ended up being longer than 60 minutes. It's closer to 90 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and do a iodine test and check for our conversion. We want to try just to skim off some of the clear liquid on the top and not really get too much grain. All right, a little bit more. All right. Well, hope y'all can see me. All we need is a drop or two, just your regular cheap iodine you find in any place that sells Band-Aids. 1 drop, 2 drops. Okay, I'm gonna give it a good little stir. All right. It comes back to more or less the original color. It's going to be a shade darker, but if it turns black or a dark purple, you do not have full conversion, there's still starch present. Right now we have full conversion. All of our starches have been converted to sugars for our yeast to go ahead and consume. So being that said, do not put this back in your pot. Throw that away, call it a loss. Don't put it back in your pot, you don't want it. I'm gonna start bucketing this and put it in my fermenter. That's the one drawback to the way I do it. You have to scoop it out by bucket and go to the fermenter with it. I'm not gonna make y'all watch all of that, but I'll come back when everything's up in the fermenter. Okay, so everything is in the fermenter. Let me go ahead and see if y'all can see that. Added 5 more gallons of cool water. We're gonna get a temperature reading real quick and see where we stand with that. Okay, so we are at 127 degrees, which is way too hot to pitch our yeast. So we're gonna have to do that at a later time. We're gonna get us a little bit of mash here in a cup. Not much, half a cup, plenty. We're gonna put that off to the side with our pH meter. We're gonna get a pH reading real quick. And while the pH meter is getting its reading, we're going to get us a gravity reading with our refractometer. It doesn't take much, just a couple of drops. Put it on the lens. A little bit more. And we're shooting for about 1070 to 1075. And we are at, let's see if I can focus. There we go. 1068. Okay, so we're close. Not quite where we want it to be, but we're close enough for what we need to do. So, all right, well, let's see what the pH looking like. pH. Down. Oh. 5.53. I don't know if y'all can see that. So we are looking good. pH is good. Gravity is good. We're gonna let it do its thing. And that's how I make my mash. So that's it. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you later.